Julian Castro is, in addition to being the Secretary of HUD, a big boxing fan.
There you go.
There you go. A couple of gloves for you. You hold on to those. That got us thinking about the similarities between politics and pugilism. If you want to put those on, you can. If you want to hit me. So we thought we'd take a little visual tour with the Secretary, asking him for his commentary about two distinct forms of fisticuffs between fighters in the ring on one hand and politicians in the public arena. Look up here. We got on the wall right here.
You got Ali Foreman right here. This was one of the classic fights from 1974. Unexpected that Ali would come back. He had lost to Joe Frazier and then won, but Foreman was just a monster at this time. He had demolished Frazier. He was seen as invincible, and Ali got him, I think, in the 8th round.
This is The Rumble in the Jungle.
That's right.
Famously from When We Were Kings. You ever see that movie?
I did.
Incredible
documentary.
Movie. Was Ali and these fights, was this like when you became a boxing fan, or was it a little later? You're
well, I was born that year in '74,
right,
so you know,
you learned about it later.
I used to watch like Hagler and Hearns and Leonard and other folks. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now we have two politicians in the arena. That would be you right there, sitting next to Ted Cruz. Now he's extending his hand in friendship, I think. But you were down in Texas at a Texas Tribune debate. What was it like to debate Ted Cruz? It's said that he's a great debater.
Well, he is. You know, I think he was a Princeton debater, a champion debater, a very nice guy. He was very cordial. I'm sure I shook his hand, John, after this.
I would hope so.
But he was running for Senate. This was about 6 weeks before his Senate election in Texas in 2012.
Right.
And we went at it over a couple of things. But
who won that debate?
I'd like to think that I did, but probably folks can go to the tape on YouTube and see.
Let me ask you a real quick question. Do you think he's a formidable presidential candidate?
I think he's formidable. I think his stance on the issues probably takes him out of the mainstream.
Right.
He's going to do a good job, it seems like, raising money, given the news that we've seen in the last couple of days. But ultimately, over the last couple of cycles, and historically, the Republicans have chosen sort of the adult in the room. And I believe that that might be somebody else.
Okay. That's putting it gently. You think he's more formidable than Rick Perry, another Texan you're familiar with?
I do. Formidable. Yeah, I think that Perry is probably right now in a no man's land in terms of politics and also fundraising, and maybe had his time in 2012. It's going to be hard for him to get back in 2016.
Okay, I'm going to take these out of your hand.
There you go.
We got another image here. Now, who are those two guys?
Yeah, so this is my favorite fighter, Julio Cesar Chavez, the longtime Mexican star. I think he went something like 94-0 before he was defeated. And I can't tell who he's fighting there, but I'm sure it was
Hector Camacho.
Hector Camacho, all right. Macho Camacho. This guy both of them were real brawlers, in close, tough guys. This guy would take about 3 punches to get 1 punch in, but ultimately prevailed and had one of the best records in modern boxing history.
What was it that made you such a huge boxer? You're not a boxer yourself, right?
No.
So why are you such a big fight fan? What is it you love about this so much?
I love the close combat, and that there is a lot of skill involved in it, even though it's very brutal, and I know a lot of folks don't like it. It's also a very old sport, and one that takes a lot of training and stamina and thinking, in addition to being able to just take a good punch.
Someday when you run for president, we're going to play this video, and that's going to be a perfect metaphor for your campaign right there. Okay, here we go. Here comes the next image up. Oh, look at that. That's Barack Obama. Well, you can tell me.
This was a good match, a great match. And I imagine this was from probably the third debate.
The second. This was the first debate, I believe, in Denver. Now, here's my question for you. That was the debate where, a lot of people think Mitt Romney kind of like knocked the president out. Were you among the Democrats who were freaking out in 2012 at the end of that Denver debate, thinking, oh, my God, maybe Barack Obama's lost the election?
Well, I think that everybody hoped that he would come back. And I remember the president saying at that time that he doesn't lose twice. And he didn't, because he came back very well in the second debate and the third debate. And I believe that those helped cushion his lead. And he was right. He didn't lose more than once.
Okay, awesome. That is true. And all you Democrats, we're going to stay right here. Just stay right here. Here's the last one. Last picture. Who are those two guys?
So we have the big May 2nd fight coming up between Floyd Mayweather, who's undefeated, one of the greatest boxers of his time, and Manny Pacquiao, also one of the best boxers of his time. Now, this is the fight that folks have been waiting for quite a while, and we'll see who wins on May 2nd. I have to say, if I had to guess, I think it's probably going to be Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather. That's a safe call, but this is going to be a big fight, right?
It will. In fact, this is projected to have the most pay-per-view buys of any fight in history, and also to have the biggest gate in Las Vegas of any fight in history. And I think that Mayweather's going to end up making about $100 million from this fight.
Is that higher than your salary or lower?
A little bit.
A little bit higher. Okay, you are a man. They say, you know, we ask your staff, we say, what do you love? They say he loves boxing. Sometimes people say that kind of stuff. It turns out they don't know anything. You, sir, actually know what you're talking about when it comes to boxing. Julian Castro, thank you so much. We're going to get you to sign these boxing gloves right here.
All right, there you go.
You can put one name on one side and one name on the other. Oh, there he goes. He knows where to sign them, too. Look at that.
All right.
There you go. Perfect.